What you carry in your wallet is currency. It is not money. Most of us use the two words like they mean the same thing. They don't. Understanding the difference matters to your financial health and how you view Bitcoin. If I claim Bitcoin is the hardest form of money, the only way you don't roll your eyes is if we first agree on what money is. Most disagreements about Bitcoin stem from the different definitions of money that people unconsciously hold in their heads. So before we talk Bitcoin, let's settle on what money is and, more importantly, what makes good money. By the end of this video, you will have a clean checklist of 8 characteristics of sound money, and we will run gold and fiat through it together. In the next chapter, we run Bitcoin through the same exact checklist as well. The dirhams in your bank account is currency. The dollar, the euro, the rupee, the pound, they all are currencies. Currency is a medium of exchange. It moves value from your hand to grocer's hand. That's its job, and currency does its job very well. Money, which is also used as a medium of exchange, additionally and more importantly, holds its value across time. We call it store of value. From this month to next year, from you to your child. Currency is a sprinter. Money is a marathon runner. We've started treating the sprinter like he also can run marathon, and that is where the problem begins. Now I do understand, we don't see any difference on a normal day here in the UAE. The rails on which the fiat system is built works perfectly. The transfer gets through. Currency and money look identical. Crisis is the test that pulls them apart. Look at Lebanon, for example. The Lebanese pound lost 98% of its value against the US dollar between 2019 to 2023. People who had saved in Lebanese pound woke up to find out their savings had evaporated. The notes were still there, but the money inside it was gone. Look at what's playing out in Iran right now. War, sanctions, banking restrictions, capital control. Ordinary Iranians are moving into gold and Bitcoin. Not because they are speculating, but because they need something that holds value when the state they live in cannot. In both cases, the currency did not disappear, the money inside it did. A normal day in Dubai feels very far from Beirut or Tehran. That is a blessing. Currencies, however, have been collapsing in the world in every single decade for the last 100 years. So beyond necessity, it matters where you store your value. Money or currency. While we learned early in school how barter system worked, most of us jumped right into the birth of the fiat system, aka paper money. That sudden transition prevented us from appreciating that money at its core was born from the need to have a common commodity that helped to transact and hold value over time. Over the human civilization, there have been different commodities like precious stones, pearls, cattle, wool, and more commonly metals like bronze, silver, and gold used as money. Ultimately, Nash equilibrium comes into play, which simply means strongest form of money outcompetes other lesser forms of money to become the dominant money, accepted and used by most humanity. Like gold was the last form of commodity to be used as money. Gold had outperformed all other commodities in the last millennia. It is interesting to then see what are the characteristics that make for strong money. As we go through these, I want you to ask yourself one question. Which of these characteristics matter most for protecting your wealth over next 10 to 20 years? These first 3 are foundational. Without them, something simply cannot function as money in daily use. Durability. Money must withstand physical wear and tear over time. A dirham note can survive years in your wallet. Gold has lasted millennia. Imagine trying to use fresh tomatoes as money. They would rot before you could spend them for anything. Both fiat currency and gold handle durability reasonably well. Gold coins belonging to Pharaoh still exist. Second up is portability. Money must be easy to transport and exchange. Paper currency excels here. You can carry thousands of dirhams in your wallet. Gold, while valuable, is heavy and impractical for everyday transactions. Divisibility. Money must break into smaller units for transactions of any size. You can buy a coffee from 12 dirhams or a car at 120,000 dirhams. Gold can be divided, but not easily into your pocket. And gold handles these 3 basics well, though gold's physical weight makes portability challenging for large amounts. Next set of characteristics is where we start to see the real difference, and where the distinction between money and currency becomes critical. Scarcity. Good money must be limited in supply. If anyone can create unlimited amounts, it loses value. Gold is scarce. Supply increases on an average only by 1.5% every year. Fiat currency though, 2020 alone, the US Federal Reserve expanded the money supply by over 25%. When money supply grows faster than goods and services in the economy, each unit buys less. Purchasing power erodes. Next up is verifiability. You must be able to quickly confirm the money is authentic. Modern banknotes have watermarks, security threads, and holograms. Gold requires testing density, measurements, and electronic verifications. The harder something is to verify, the more friction in transactions. Counterfeit risk undermines trust. These last three characteristics determine if something preserves wealth over time, the ultimate test of money. Fungibility means every unit is interchangeable. You don't care which specific bill you received. Because they are all identical in value, think of it like bottled water. You don't care which bottle you get from the shelf, they are all the same. 1 dirham equals 1 dirham, period. Now imagine if dirhams had to pass through multiple hands and that reduced its value, then the entire commerce would collapse. Both gold and fiat achieve fungibility well. Money only works if others will accept it in exchange. The dirham is accepted throughout the UAE because the government declares it legal tender and people trust it. Gold has been accepted globally across thousands of years across every culture. Acceptability often can also be enforced by law or eroded by loss of trust. A good example by force being, in 1934, gold was made illegal to own in United States of America. It was punishable by up to 10 years in prison for Americans to own it. Alternatively, we all are aware about the Zimbabwe experience where all the trust in its currency was lost and was dumped in garbage cans. Lastly, store of value. This is the most important characteristics for your wealth. Money should maintain purchasing power over time. What you save today should buy you roughly the same amount of goods tomorrow, next year, and a decade from now. This is where fiat currency fundamentally fails. In 2000, 50,000 dirham might have bought you a decent car. Today, that same amount barely covers a down payment. The paper notes didn't physically change, but their purchasing power evaporated. This is not unique to UAE. It's the nature of the fiat currency globally. Gold historically has preserved value across centuries. An ounce of gold against an inflating currency will always increase in value. Store of value is where rubber meets the road for anyone who's trying to protect their family's financial future. Government mandated currency notes as primary medium of exchange minus store of value. After Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022, out of 630 billions in reserves, only $1.3 billion consisted in gold and rest were foreign exchange reserves. Its foreign exchange reserves were sanctioned and could not be used for any transactions. So what here is money and what is currency? Is Russia's gold money? And is their foreign exchange reserves merely currency that is useless now? In the next chapter, we run Bitcoin through this exact same 8-point checklist. It is where things get interesting. Subscribe so that you don't miss it. If you take one thing from this chapter, take this. The dirham, the dollar, the euro are all currencies. They are sprinters, easy to use, convenient. Money is the marathon runner that holds value across time. Keep evolving.